Hello and welcome to the first week back with Coach. Started out with some 90 kilo snatch complexes. So yeah, first week back into training after the week or two off. Felt good. Very light week. Now here I tried to hook grip everything, which was a lot harder than I thought. And I think I suffered a lot on this session from the previous couple of weeks of sitting on my ass doing nothing all day. I was tight in weird places, I was very unbalanced, and I wasn't getting set properly for anything because one hip was tighter than the other, etc. That wasn't the best, but that looked alright there. Biggest focus for this week was on technique. Not too unhappy. There's always going to be things I think that I need to work on technically, but a step in the right direction there. Slightly higher hips. Do need to work on finishing taller and moving my feet out. And then finally Francis, not filming properly, obviously, going portrait. These are looking better, these doubles. He's just finishing up his own program. I think next week he's testing his 2 rep maxes. These are looking alright, to be honest, quite nice. He starts to he pushes his knees back too far after the first pull briefly, and that means he's having to force his knees forward, and that's looping the bar a little bit. But he's working on it, he's getting better, getting a bit more confident under the bar, finishing better. And it looks like he hit some front squats at about 117 kilos maybe. Got through that well. Pushing some jerks. These weren't the best from what I remember. 95 kilos, 94 kilos. He hit some real nice jerks at the in his later sessions in the week. I remember him sending me these videos of me being, having a lot of criticisms in a good way. Very well recovered on that one, very well and patient. That's Katie's legs. Great to have her back, the darling. These are the block clean pulls. Working on a better back position, which is better I think. It's a lot nicer. And then these are from the same session, I'm assuming. Same great t-shirt. Yeah, a lot of this week is just really me and Francis. Big Rich makes an appearance, but some of my other lifters not sending videos in, which is fine. Got a couple on holidays, got a couple not training. That was a bit nicer. Cut the drive a bit short, but this is a deficit, potentially. I'm not too sure. Oh no, I'm just tall as frick. High hand cleans 80 kilos. Really need to think about what I'm thinking is what's going through my head is thinking about all these cues, and the cues kind of finish when I finish the pull. I'm not thinking about moving the feet, and I maybe should do. I can get away with no foot cleans, but it's not going to be as efficient. Here's some nice push presses at 80 kilos again, I think. Again, I'm looking for a much better dip and drive, a lot straighter. Happy with that. This is a 3 position snatch, I think. What looks about like 72. These are quite light for him, but he's I don't know what he did this session. I think this is the session I was talking about. He just smokes everything. I think. Looks like he took some of the advice I gave him. I told him to stay over the bar a bit more. On the jerk, I told him to get his front foot out more. So that might have been in response to this session. You can see his torso's dipping forward a lot on the dip and drive, so that's alright. I don't mind that too much. for a behind the neck jerk. They do kind of happen. Now these were 130, and they were meant to be pause squats, but as you can tell, definitely not pauses. Decent squats regardless. Here he is, the big fella, 155. This is 90% of his deadlift. Look at that back position. Has Rich Rorak's back ever looked better than that? Great stuff, young man. This must be a deficit. I'm not that tall. No way. Oh no, it's not, is it? No, it's not. Fuck. Power cleans, 95 kilos. These move really, really well. Really happy with these. Looping the bar a little bit, but I was happy. I supersetted these with some jumps actually. Felt like being powerful at the start that day. And here's some 140 deficit pulls. Now, pulls never ever feel light. I've never ever done pulls that felt light, but this was the one occasion where they did. Honestly, that's 90%, so it's not crazy, but it felt so light. Now these were the jumps. I supersetted the power cleans with just some kneeling jumps to stiff-legged box jumps. I like the kneeling stuff because it gets you into the parallel position and you have to drive up, so hopefully good for getting through some second points in the squat. And that might help a little bit with the transfer. Mr. Francis hitting some power cleans at 94. Now these jerks, I think, that's a lot more stable. Needs to, I think some bracing would help him, but tipping under quite well, punching under well. Now he sent me a couple of these sets and there was one that was significantly better. I'm not sure this is the one. I just randomly picked them from my camera roll so as to not have too many. And this was from the Saturday. We got power clean, power snatch overhead squat, 80 kilos, had multiple sets of that, superset with box jumps, and then this torture clean front squat jerk triples at 110, so that's about 70%. Happy with that jerk, very, very happy with that jerk. Now the second jerk, I believe I dipped forward. Again, I think this is just silly things like lack of concentration. And again, obviously not moving my feet, which is terrible. Obviously I get away with it at this weight, but I do need to kind of work on that. They shuffle out, but they don't. It's nothing drastic. So yeah, very, very, very light week. Hopefully it'll get more interesting as the weeks come on. That was a better dip and drive. Nice jerks. Jerks feeling solid. Forgot my helmet, which I need to stop doing. And then coach said do some handstand push-ups, which I clearly cannot do. But I did give them a good crack, and they did. Honestly, they were so hard, but they did feel good on my shoulders. So I'm only bending a little bit on the elbows, but yeah, hopefully a couple of weeks when the training gets better and harder, and I get better, I'll be able to get a bit more depth, help my shoulders out.